Hello everyone, welcome to my Tech Hub blog. Today we are going to discuss how to create HTTP connected system using API key. In the previous session we have discussed how to create HTTP connected system and creating an integration using it, but through that was non-authentication. But today we will discuss through API key authentication how we will create connected system and how we can integrate it in the integration object. So to start with, first we need to register on this website. This is one of the sample API key website. So here you will get the API key once you register yourself. So here you will get your my API keys. So here you will find the API keys and then you will be able to authenticate with this website. So let's try to connect one of the connected system. I'm going with HTTP. Give some meaningful name. Let's say I'm giving it C7. Give some meaningful description. You can give some logo and base URL. Base URL, let's say what we want to take. For example, if I want to call this API, so this will be my base URL till here, and whatever being passed like latitude, longitude, and app ID, these all are will be query parameters. Let's put the base URL first here, and in the authentication, we will select API key. And since we are passing the parameters through query parameters, so we will select here send as parameter. And what are the parameters? I mean, this is the here the authentication details we need to give. So authentication will be app ID equal to API key. So this will be our query parameter for authentication. We will give here parameter name as app ID and value for our API key. So you can find your API keys inside this option. So let me copy that. So I have copied my API key. Now I have pasted it here and I'll create the connected system. Click on save. Now that my connected system has been created, through that connected system I'll create integration. So I'll use it in new integration and give some meaningful name. Let's say I'm giving it SI8. Give some meaningful description here and click on create. So you can see this is our base URL and method we are using get. So we need to pass the rest of the details using query parameters. So what we need to pass in query parameters, we need to pass latitude. So we will create one query parameter with latitude and the value which we need to pass. Let's say let's pass the same value for, and another query parameter is longitude. Let's copy that. So here is the longitude and let's give the same value. Now here you can see uh, whatever written after the question mark, they are query parameters and their values. App ID we do not need to provide in the query and parameter section. This we have already provided in the authentication section in the connected system. Let's try to test this request and see if it is successful and we are getting the data. So here you can see 200. Okay, that means the result is successful, and we can see these are the data which has been pulled from the API. In order to see the request what we have sent, we can see here So this we have sent get request. This is the URL. See question mark and then latitude, longitude, and app ID. App ID is since this is authentication, so this is encrypted. And in HTTP response, we can see the response here. We can also see the response in result section as well. So we have seen that this is being authenticated by the external API using API key. Let's try with some more APIs. Let's try this API. Here we are passing the city ID and app ID. So app ID API key will we have already stored in the authentication and connected system. We need to pass here the city ID. Let's try this one. In the connected system, we will in the query parameters, we will give the query parameter name as ID and its value we need to give the city ID. Let's see what would be the city ID in this request. Here is the city ID. Let's try to give this. Now we have given the city ID and its value. Now test the request. So here the request is successful. We can see the output here. And in the request section, we can see what request we have sent, what data we have sent in the request, and in the HTTP response, we can see what has been what is the output from the API. So I hope you are able to understand how to use the API key authentication and how to use it in integration. If you if you have any query or question, please do post in the comment section. I'll try to reply as soon as possible. And also please do like, share and subscribe my channel. This will give me motivation to bring more such videos. Thank you for watching. Thanks a lot.